So we got this Cardinals Cowboys game, which I think no one expected the Cardinals to win. I didn't expect the Cardinals to win, but the question we got to ask ourselves are the Cardinals really bad? Are they bad, or they just know how to lose games late? The last two games that they lost, they were up. Um, it wasn't. I mean, I think they're going to get slaughtered by the 49ers next week, but they came in, they handily beat the brakes off the Cowboys. Oh no, Trayvon Diggs. I'm sorry, but they found the recipe to beat the Cowboys. Run the ball. Run the ball. 30 carries, 222 yards, and they found the way to do it. Run at Micah Parsons. People like to talk about pass rushers and everything, but Micah Parsons, man, he gambles so much when it comes to running the ball. There's times and where Micah Parsons can evolve as a player is really being better at the run. When they're running the ball, attack the guy head on. They, as a defensive lineman, when you feel there's resistance of a certain area, you go against that resistance. If you have to shift things out when, of course, when it's zone running and shed blockers and scrape and whatnot. But they ran at Micah Parsons, and they didn't hesitate, and they did well. Micah Parsons is so worried about getting a sack that he's giving up big plays on the runs. He's worried about his pass rush, having his fingers in the dirt, and getting upfield that they ran right off of him. 30 times, 222 yards. Josh Dobbs didn't do anything immaculate through the air. He was 17 or 21, one touchdown. He managed the game like he was supposed to. But this team, you're not supposed to lose to the Cardinals. Everyone had them win the Super Bowl, and this is not the show that you want. Now, on the other end, on the offensive side, oh gosh, did Dak look awful? I would say looked awful, but I mean, you 78% quarterback rating, 2 sacks, 18 yards, 1 interception, 25 from 40, and you have Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks. You have some solid. You got some solid receivers. What more do you give Dak? You don't expect him to lose this game. Now, this defense does have his number because this is Gannon's defense, with the Philadelphia, and they've beat the Cowboys before. They beat them handily last year, But I mean, Dak Prescott, of course, he's gonna get your customary pick. He's marginal. But I think that the Arizona Cardinals found a way to beat the Cowboys. Run at Micah Parsons. Run at Micah Parsons. You'll be fine. Stephen Gilmore, ever since he has left the Patriots, he's just been getting beat. I'm sorry. Stephen Gilmore I say he's over. What happens when you see all these guys that go and work well in the Patriots system that look great, they leave the Patriots system and they just look marginal. Stephen Gilmore has been getting beat year in and year out, and he got completely trounced by some second-hand receivers on the Arizona Cardinals today. I don't know why. I don't know why we're hyping this guy up, but man, they're going at him. They're not hiding it. They're putting secondary receivers on him, and they're beating him like the redheaded stepchild. For the Arizona Cardinals, playing tough football. You got the 49ers and the Bengals next, so it's not easy. But if you can show up in those games, you can win those games. Great. I think the Bengals is a winnable game. Bengals are going to be upset, when you play them. But if you can show up against the 49ers and show up against the Bengals, that's a win for you. Until you get Kyler Murray back. I think this team is better off without Kyler Murray. But we'll see. For the Cowboys, you have the Patriots, the 49ers, and the Chargers. You got 3 games that are going to be tough. And I think this Rams team is tough as well. But you got 3 games that's going to be tough. Real tough. So I really don't personally expect much out of the Cowboys, but they got to build on this. You get the Patriots, 49ers, and Chargers. This is not how you want to go into a game. Belichick's defenses are always ready for teams, so your offense is going to have to be on cue, and your defense is going to have to be sound. And what we saw now with the Patriots running the ball the previous week, you got Zeke who's upset coming back to play against the Cowboys. Of course, he's going to let them know, you guys cut me? Okay, cool. Right. And they found a recipe. Run at Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is so worried about getting a sack that he's sacrificing so many running lanes up. So he doesn't have any gap discipline. They're running right off of him.